Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, somehow I've managed to find the motivation to rebuild at least the area around Lambton Bay. And by rebuild I just mean adding the track. That was a real heart-in-mouth moment yesterday. I'll partially admit I probably should have backed the files up a lot sooner, and I was planning on doing it at the end of yesterday's stream. That's the annoying thing. I knew that I was playing with fire and I was going to do something about it, and it blew up in my face before I had the chance. So that was a shame. But at the same time, I will also say it is not good practice to have a game that crashes during saves and can corrupt files, because that's just not on. And I'm fortunate in that it was just the track files that were corrupted. Because if it was the rest, oh boy, that would have been it. But yeah, we are back. And I'm going to show you some of the... am I on the right? Yeah. Some of the additions and subtractions that have been made to the route. Let's run into platform 1. This will be a good test of the Panniers brakes. You'll get to see the new layout. the one good thing that comes out of this is I get to rebuild some parts of the line that I didn't want to rebuild, even though I wanted to rebuild. So a lot of the station wasn't particularly well designed to begin with. I sort of put up with it because I didn't want to rebuild it all, and now I actually have an excuse to rebuild it all. So that's kind of a positive. And there's a couple of other positives that have come out of it, I suppose. Like the law of the line has now changed slightly to match with what's going on here. Is that yeah, I need to flatten that slope a little bit more. Also now speeding. Plus the little uneven bit of track coming out of Lambton into the tunnel, that's all been fixed, which is also good news. This tunnel's been reprofiled slightly. The other tunnel's been reprofiled slightly. So it's not all bad news. It's just a shame that the stream yesterday ended the way it did. But hey ho. This pannier is really easy to speed with, by the way. I'll have to change some of the speed limits just so I don't speed all the time. Oh, that bit of track there needs flattening out as well. Listen to the screech this engine makes when it stops. Oh, it makes your teeth rattle. What an awful noise. So yeah, it's not all the end of the world, fortunately. There is some good that's come out of it. Oh, my laptop is scorching. Hey, A1. I'm just showing off what I've rebuilt so far. And how easy it is to speed on this route now. Yep, plugging away, plugging away. This will not beat me. Brakes on hard. Before you ask, A1, I haven't tested the DLC yet. I have installed it, I haven't tested it yet, because I'm going to focus on rebuilding today. Alright, here you can see one of the deviations from the original route. The track followed very close to the hedge all the way along here, whereas now it drifts away slightly to join up with the other set of lines, and then curves back. Still got a tight turn into the tunnel. I might redo that. Might redo that bit. We'll see. Okay, so the slope in the tunnel is now steeper than it used to be. It used to be 1 in 34. It's now 1 in 30. As you can see, it's rather difficult to hold your speed. Changed a few other things here as well. So the crossovers have been swapped over. The loco head shunt is still on the left hand side there. but the refueling has been moved to the west side. West side? North side? North side of the sheds. The carriage sidings have been lengthened slightly. The dock sidings have been moved slightly as well. Everything is in a different place to where it used to be. But it means we do have our station and everything back. So, fingers crossed. Also, this platform has been... the actual platforms are the same length, but the tracks in the platforms have been manipulated slightly to allow for longer platform markers. Yeah, I'm speeding. When am I not? So the small wheelbase locos might struggle a little bit on some of these curves. But overall, I think it's alright. So the law has changed. The line didn't survive beaching after all. That's how I'm going to explain this. So the stations remained in situ, but all the track was pulled up. So we have to relay all the track between here and Wenwick Town and onwards. So let's remove the loco. I'm going to remove everything. Loco-based, train-based, things like that. And then we're going to go back into the track editor and we're just going to build track. I'm probably going to turn the microphone off after a while as well, so I can just kick back, watch TV and relax whilst rebuilding. We'll put the stream music on and we'll create a nice relaxed building environment. I still want a loco on a plinth here. I'm sure there's one somewhere. So yeah, this is the new layout. It's hard to tell because of all the markers. Carriage siding 1 is this one here. Carriage siding 2 is this one here. Dock buildings have been moved slightly. The dock track, as you can see, has been moved considerably. Bring back yesterday's map. I tried everything. You have no idea. Like re-verified files on Steam. 1,300 and something files were missing, which is a record. I think that's the highest ever. 1,200 was the last time that I did it. What else was missing? There was some other stuff. I tried reloading because I realized we had a scenario that we made 2 days ago, and I thought, I wonder if there's like a localized version of the map saved in that. So I loaded up that scenario, and it just loaded up a loco sitting on the ground, like no track underneath it. So I was like, okay. And then I remembered someone did tell me that when you create a scenario, you can update the route, and the scenario takes the latest version of the route as its base point, start point, whatever it might be. So that could cause corruption. I'm surprised it allows you to do that. Again, it's one of those features that's not necessary, but there are other key features of the game that are necessary that aren't included. Really weird. Can you make tracks dip underground rather than a tunnel in a hill? Do you mean like literally disappear under the ground? Yes. Over here does just that. Ta-da! We are underground. What else did I try to get the map back? Oh yeah, this is weird. So, according to the research I did yesterday, what happened was the game crashed whilst saving the route, and it crashed whilst it happened to be saving the track files. So even though I hadn't made any track files, like I hadn't made any changes to the track files, sorry, but it always resaved every time you save the game. So it was in the middle of saving that when it crashed, and that's why we lost all the track files whilst all the scenery and everything else stayed in place. But what's weird is someone said the way you can find out whether that was the case or not is if you go into the root folder in your directory, the track.bin file will be missing. So I went into the folder, and sure enough, the track.bin file was missing. But this is a stupid thing. Last night, when I was trying to get the root back still, I noticed that the folder had the track.bin file in it again. I wish I could show you this because it's so weird. Like the actual root name, if I was to exit out of this, go back onto the build menu and find the root there, the root that it shows in the right hand side is not the same folder as the one that I was in looking to see. And the reason I know which one it is in the directory is because of the edited on date. So I don't know why it's got two different root directories. That doesn't make any sense. Why is that not being rendered properly? So that was weird. And there's loads of other weird stuff that's just happened in the game. And basically now every time I make a change I save, and at the end of every day I'll be backing up the root. So lesson is learned, but at the same time lesson shouldn't have to be learned because it shouldn't have been necessary. So yeah, can you make the tracks dip underground like in Skylines? Not in the conventional sense of it will automatically create a tunnel. You do have to make that yourself still, which is a little annoying, but you know, we put up with it. Where was the elevation change? It must be up here somewhere. There it is. So yeah, let's smooth that out. This is the other thing is, now I know like track smoothing tools and keyboard shortcuts and things like that, rebuilding this route is actually going to be a lot easier than when I built it in the first place. There we go, that's that done. That should be a nice gentle slope change now. The other problem, it might be fixed if I check now. First of all, from here onwards, it needs to be 40 miles an hour. The other thing is, I've now all the track that I've built new, which is all of it, has been built with the speed limits already in, so I don't have to go back and change them. Apart from this one, because I just built it at 15. So I'll have to change this one, as you can see, and the classification to mainline. I haven't done directionality yet. I probably won't do that for a little while still, because that's quite easy to do. But yeah, I was hoping it would be really easy to put the track back in if I just asked it to snap to terrain. But I don't think that works. Annoyingly, I don't think it works. I mean, it might work. We need to turn that on. So if I keep building this along, yeah, see, like it disappears under the ground because it doesn't snap to terrain, even though it says it does. That's really annoying. And on top of all this, last night, funny enough that you mentioned City Skylines, Kurt, I had a copyright strike on my Skylines stream that I had to deal with. Or maybe it is snapping to the terrain. You just have to build in smaller sections. That's interesting. Yeah, so I had a copyright strike from some artist who claimed I stole their music for my stream, even though I didn't. So I appealed it, and I lost. So, that was interesting. So I appealed the appeal, and then, like, at that point, you start getting the threats when you go to appeal it again. So YouTube put little comments saying, by the way, if you fail this appeal, your video will be taken down, and you will receive a copyright strike. And if you receive 3 copyright strikes, your channel will be suspended. So, I think that's to try and... I don't know, well, there's 2 things from that. It will snap, but it's when you lay the track. So if I've like built this into the... Oh yeah. Alright, well that's made my life a lot easier. So yeah, when you appeal, there are some people that just appeal, even though they shouldn't be, and it's designed to put those people off. But I imagine there's a lot of people who quite rightly should be appealing these decisions, but are scared to. Like, aren't just put off by the idea, but they are physically scared to because of that threat. And as it happens, the other thing that I don't like about it is you have to put your full name and address and things like that on the appeal. And you know, there's a lot of people. I've watched interviews with people about it where they don't want to give out their address because it becomes publicly available. It's supposed to be just the person who put the claim in that sees it. But if that person is feeling spiteful and have quite a popular fan base, they can release your information to the whole world, and you know, it can put people off. So I very nearly just sucked it up and removed the song, but it angers me when artists get away with it, because at the end of the day, not saying it's the case this time, but a lot of opportunists use it as an excuse just to claim people's rights to the work that they have no right normally to claim. It's absolute rubbish that they get away with it, but they do. So I appealed it again. The first one took 3 days to get the appeal back, and it was rejected. The second one took half an hour because I just put down every box, like there's 6 or 7 boxes that it asks you to fill in, and every single one of them I just put, this wasn't stolen, this is from the game soundtrack, you can find it in the files. Like literally every single one I put that in, and very quickly they came back and said, your appeal has been successful. In fact, I'll read you the email. I'll spare the details, so I won't tell you who it was or things like that, but I'll tell you what the email says. So the first one said, after reviewing your dispute, XYZ has decided that their copyright claim is still valid. Why this can happen. The copyright owner might disagree with your dispute. The reason you gave for disputing the claim may have been insufficient or invalid. So I appealed it again, and the one I got back was, Hi M4J Gaming, good news. After reviewing your dispute, XYZ has decided to release their copyright claim on your YouTube video, the YouTube team. That's it. So my channel was very briefly at the risk of having a video taken down because of a copyright strike, and also the channel itself receiving a copyright strike. And then they just literally put, good news, don't worry, bye, and that was it. End of problem. Supposedly. Why is this one not snapped to terrain? So yeah, yesterday wasn't a good day, and I wasn't in the best of moods. But starting to rebuild this route last night, I kind of got myself back into a good mood again. What I need now is a mouse that doesn't just randomly click on things when I'm trying to build stuff. This section here, under the bridge, I'll reroute it through this second arch afterwards. I just want to get the track in first. So this is like therapy now. I'm just going to vent all my frustrations whilst building this route back. Because at the end of the day, I'm glad that I do have the opportunity, at least, to build it back. Because I did for a while think that I'd lost it for good. How the hell did I fit a railway line through here? This gap does not look as big as I remember it being. Also, are you... No, you're not snapping to terrain. I think the problem is I'm building in too bigger pieces. Either that or the track was really uneven here. Because this bit is pretty much flush with the ground. And it is flush all the way back down to over here. So why? Yeah. No, that's exactly what I said to my brother last night, was YouTube sends the messages, but it's an automated system. So at no point did anyone from YouTube actually review either side. The person puts in the claim, and then it's my job as the content creator to prove that I haven't stolen it. And I really feel like it needs to be the other way around. The person who put the claim in should have to prove that they have had their content stolen before the claim gets taken seriously. And someone from YouTube, and I know that, you know, there's thousands of claims every day, so it's not as easy as that, but YouTube need to be more involved, because people do get away with it because of that. Because it is like you're fighting a computer essentially, and you know, I appealed it, and I was right to appeal it because I was in the right. I hadn't stolen this person's content, and I don't think they actually reviewed it before they rejected the appeal. I just think they must have read that email and thought, how dare they appeal this? Because I think they were in the right as well. I think they have an automated system that detects certain sounds and decides itself whether it's stolen or not. So I don't think a person put the claim in. I think an automated system did on behalf of a person. But I then don't think the person read the appeal, and I don't think they then listened to the claim before deciding whether to reject the appeal or not. Yeah, it is disgusting. And again, I won't name names, but there is a person who downloaded someone's Fortnite video from YouTube, put the clip into their own video, and then uploaded that video and put a copyright strike against the original uploader, claiming that their content had been stolen, and got away with it. And this is how I found out about the automated system and how it asks you for your address and things like that, because the person whose content was stolen works in a profession where they can't just be giving out their details online like that. So they got away with it. The system needs reviewing. And actually, Article 13, a lot of people, I think it's been renamed now anyway, is it Article 17 it's been renamed to? A lot of people are against it, and there was that whole campaign last year about vote no to Article 13. But one of the reasons YouTube are against it is because they then are held responsible for copyright. And that's why they were trying to encourage more people to vote against it, because they don't have, or they feel they don't have the resources and manpower to maintain it, but at the same time they've built a platform that is being exploited by it, so they should be held responsible. At the end of the day, Google and YouTube are the two most popular websites in the world, so if they can't maintain it, who else can? That's why I was against Article 13, but at the same time I feel like there's corporate laziness creeping in as well, and big companies don't want to be held responsible for things like that. But yeah, it's disgraceful how people get away with it. It's blackmail, essentially. When you boil it down to the bare bones, it's blackmail. But the good news is, someone after the second appeal did review it, and they did decide that there was no grounds for a copyright strike, and so they removed it. So whoever that person was, I'm very appreciative of your efforts. But your system still needs fixing. Whoa! What the hell happened here? I think I made this section a bit too short, so the next one got a bit funny. We have got another tunnel to rebuild in a second as well. That's going to be fun, isn't it? There we go. If you're wondering why like little random pieces of track are being put in, that's my mouse. It has this, I think I've said this before a couple of days ago. One of the reasons I stopped using this mouse on my other PC is because it has this weird tendency to just double click. You're not the only one with the assets problem. Which assets problem is that you're referring to? If you mean track randomly deciding to go down and then up like that, then yeah, you're not the only one. Oh, see? That I didn't click there. That was my mouse just deciding to left click. Right, this is why I don't like having to rebuild existing tunnels. Bridges is a lot easier because you don't have to move the decals and stuff, you just have to move the bridge deck. But this, you have to line it up almost perfectly, otherwise it won't work. And actually that is pretty damn close, if I do say so myself. Don't snap. That is pretty damn close. Each time you save, one or two assets start disappearing. Oh yeah, there's a fix for that. So you mean like this engine shed a little while ago disappeared randomly, but when you hover over it, it appears again. There is a fix for that. If you double click on it, I think it's this number. The higher the number, the less likely it will disappear randomly. So I think the default one for this was like 2 or 3. So I put it right up to 9. So that means it will always stay in place. I think it's that number. There's a number that you change in a box anyway. Right. This is also a good opportunity to change some of the speed limits on the line. So the speed limit through Wenwick Colliery was 20. But I feel like not every train needs to stop here, and it has been built with high speeds in mind, or higher speeds in mind. You know, 40 miles an hour is not high speed after all. Hey, I think that's the first time I've actually given a train sim tutorial to someone, so thank you as well for allowing me the opportunity. So yeah, we're going to leave it at 40 through here. Why is that decal acting up? We're going to leave it at 40 right through the tunnel. And through the station on the other side. So this is where it gets tricky, because you have to build the tracks in line with the tunnel. And already you can see... Or maybe there was a height difference all along. But it's just so finicky trying to line it up. Straighten up. There. Oh. I was about to say, where'd my track go? There'd my track go. Someone forgot to turn off snap to terrain, didn't they? Derp. Yep. See, you weren't late there. That's just stream lag. You said the right thing at the right time, but it was already too late, sadly. So I think if we build this to here, there we go. Now we can follow the curve of the tunnel, I hope. Worst comes to worst, I'll redo the tunnel walls. As long as we line up the ends, and actually that's the other thing I did over at Lambton. Where'd my track go? Wrong end. It's looking the wrong way. There it is. That's one of the things I did at Lambton, was I built the ends first. Are you floating? Somewhat. Like, there's nothing here that tells me that this is sloping downwards. Absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. So there might be another way of doing it. Let's try my second way of doing it. First and foremost, we need to place the track here. Now, the way I'm going to do it is to offset track and do it this way. So from here right the way along, whoopsie doodle, to here, offset, and I think Oh, actually, it's not. But I say I think the number was already set, but I don't think it was. Is it 4.3? No. 0.2? No. Maybe 3.3. Does anyone remember what the number is? Is it that? No, it's got to be bigger than that. 3.5 maybe? That's actually too close. This is where I wish that the scenario editor and the root editor were in the same window. Actually, before I do this, because this could break everything. Because then you could place down a carriage just quickly to see what the clearance issues are. So let's put you to there. Offset 3.8 springs to mind. I used to know all the numbers, that's the annoying thing, but because it's been such a long time since I built a station, I forgot them all again. This could be right. And then the height here was 0.399. Is that right? 1 second. Zoom, 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 zoom. And zoom. Yay, 0.399. You can put a static engine asset to test. I suppose you can. Well, the embarrassing thinker is A1 here has paid for some of my DLC over the last couple of days, which was not responsible, by the way. That wasn't the reason why the game crashed. I think the game crashed because it's train sim. It crashes. So I don't think it's fair to say that the DLC caused this. I think the way I installed the DLC might have caused it, but the DLC itself didn't cause it. Alright, static engine. Does it snap to the track? And also, what does it come under? Is it this? Class 47 engine. Oh, that's literally the Class 47 engine. Hey Ben, how's Norfolk? Is this like where you get the camera view from? You just stick one of those down. Ugh. It's under static, so like S. Oh wow, that's a nice shed. That might be the one. Oh no, it's not. Similar to the one. Yeah, so static dot dot dot. There it is. Yeah, we'll use an HST. Just as a clearance test. That's quite snug. Tell you what, let's just go in the scenario editor quickly. Also, the work that I did do last night, so the work that you saw at the start of the stream here, has been backed up. So if the worst comes to worst again, it is all safe-ish. Was it control click, press play, come out of the map, boom. So this is the one that I've been using to do a lot of my clearance checks, and as you can see, whoops, we're too close. We're far too close. So with that, we can move this slightly away. I think that might be about right. Now if I go into Scenario Editor again, it's going to put me right the way back over at Lambton once more. Route markers, that's the other thing that I'm going to learn to do because of this. I can actually put route markers in now. Okay, grab the carriage, stick it down. I mean, it looks better. I think it's still a little too close. It's really hard to tell. The lighting. Yeah, the lighting's gone again. You notice that? Oh, it's because we're in the scenario editor. That's why. Yeah, that's still too close. Nope. Don't save. There you go. We'll try this. And providing this is a gentle curve, which I think it is, we might be able to build this tunnel in one foul swoop, which would be nice. I think this looks alright. We'll do one more test, and then we'll build the double track going up to there. You might have to excuse me eating in a second. I am absolutely starving right now. Check the group chat. Oh dear. Oh, I've officially become a meme. All those years of trying and it's finally worked accidentally. Is that now too far away? So that is a board that you can see. Where is it? This one here, for example. So when you get out of the carriage, you kind of step down onto the... Oh, it's about halfway along, actually, the one I was using. Can't bloody see. Anyway, there's a board that you step down onto and then onto the platform, and that's where you need to check your gauge clearances. So I think, believe it or not, we're now just a little bit too far away. I think that's about right. Let me see if there's a list. Let me see if there's a list. I remember watching a video about it a long time ago. If anyone else knows, feel free to tell me. UK measure track distance between the rails near each other. Right rail of left track to left rail of right track. Following are the basic numbers translating from feet between tracks to meters between track centres. 6 foot between running track pairs. 10 foot minimum between sidings. 12 foot between track pairs with signal gantry between them. Okay, that's not helpful. I just want platform offset. Aha! Platform distances. So platform width 5 meters, offset 4 meters. Now, I think this is 5 meters, so the offset here should be 4. Let's find out. Offset. .399. I think that looks about right, actually. So then on that, if I was to offset this, let's do it at this end. Even though this is going to be a nightmare to sort out in a second. So we'll do U. Come on. To there. Offset 4 meters. That looks about double track again, doesn't it? That looks about double track again. Now, providing these are the same length, I'm not 100% sure they are. And I know at this end it definitely isn't. Yeah, I think this is okay. So over here, did we use a double slip? I don't think we did. So we had one track that came from here that went up and into the coal yard, whatever you call this up here, and then that had a double slip onto this track that went across. As far as I'm aware, this is all built on the flat. So if I do this, actually let's speed limit these first before I do anything else. Why do these trees keep getting in the way? 40. 40. Okay. And then this one. Come on. Just let me select the damn track. Ah. Do it from this end. I hate this game. Look how far out of the way I have to go just to get the bloody thing to work. $40. Right. And then this, 40. So in theory, if I build this out... Oh yeah, we'll have to get rid of that floating thing as well. If I build you out to like here, and then hopefully get this to line up. Is this all still flat? Worst comes to worst. Just toggle that on quickly. Toggle this one off. Actually need this one toggled on, otherwise it's going to flick all over the place. So this doesn't quite line up now, but I'm okay with that. Except for the fact that it's just being difficult. Yeah, I'm okay with this because I can reline this up. No problem. What I am interested in is, will this connect straight to that? See, it's just doing that stupid one-click thing. That's my mouse. I don't think that's the game. I'm pretty sure that's my mouse. Mind you, didn't I test it the other day and it turned out it was the game? Are you gonna snap? Should I build from this end instead? No! See, look! I didn't click. I didn't click there at all. You switched on or off? Switch you off. Doesn't want to know. So I don't think it's entirely the same. Because it's not snapping. Yeah, it's got to be from this end, really. If you want to select two tracks at a time, click the select tool and hold control, then click the other track and let go of control. I know how to multi-select things. Yeah, that goes right the way back to, well, lots of different things. When I used to do CAD design, I used to have to multi-select stuff. I know how to do that. That's not the issue here. I'm trying to get this track to snap, and it's not. Why isn't it? If I set you to yard instead. So what I want is a tool where you can say start here, end here, build track, and it'll do it for me. Conform to terrain, don't exceed a certain curve radii, and then if it can't do it for whatever reason, give me an error message. And then I'll know that, the curve radii is too relaxed or severe. So I can build it right the way to over there. But then what's the point of having this track? You go away as well. You're supposed to have snapped. Why didn't you snap? This stupid bloody thing. Like, how far off is it? Is it a height issue? Doesn't look like height. They look pretty level to me. Can't be terrain. Although I'll turn that off just in case. What's going on here? Aha! Except you didn't connect. You stupid frickin' thing. Why are you not connecting? Oh, for God's sake! Just connect. Who designed this editor? Whoever designed this should be forced to use it for the rest of their lives for everything that they do. Why is it not snapping? Look, that's basically lined up. That is basically lined up perfectly. And it won't snap. The nearest I can get... Oh, for God's sake! I'm going to mute my microphone in a minute. This is getting a joke. The nearest I can get it to snap, apparently, is all the way over there. Bull. Absolute bull. No way. Let's try this. Are these close enough that I can just do double track? What do you mean by use the crossover tool? How would that help? No, I've messed this up actually. And the game's just crashed. At least it wasn't saving. Alright, give me a second to relaunch. I can't actually remember how far back. I think I'd just lined up the first platform, hadn't I? Right. Back to where we were. Yeah. So basically, remove you. Put this line in first. What did I say? The 4 meters. Now do this one. Alright, that's all fine. I will adjust the height of these in a second. We'll do speed limits first, then we'll adjust the heights. $40. Right. $40. Select. So you can't change both at the same time. That's really annoying. Unless I'm missing something. There we go. So I think those line up almost perfectly. So this side, Falmouth track, double track, 40, main line, because that's what this is. And you'll go up here like this, and then you'll go that doesn't line up. I wonder, can I build from this side out and get that to connect? So like here. It's amazing just how badly it lines up. Oh, for God's sake. I'm going to put this mouse through a window in a minute. Right. Tunnel mouth. Done. Save. Now what did you say? Use the crossover tool. I mean, that doesn't work. It's not on. It's not straight. It's on a curve. Crossovers only work on straight track. Done it again. It's done it again. Control Z needs to do something while you've got this tool activated, so you don't have to keep coming out of it every time. So look, why won't you snap? Line the tips of the tracks together. Well, like, so actually build it. Like that. Are you talking about the weld one? That won't work. And I can't use join because then this won't be dual track anymore. And this side will become unaligned as well. So I just need to get it to join. And I could have sworn the other day holding control did that. And yet today it doesn't. Yeah, there's the closest. But then it doesn't connect. It does some weird thing that doesn't join. Yeah, it doesn't join. It can't be though. They were both just set to the same height. Snap to terrain isn't on. They can't be on different gradients. This is all flat. It's all the same height. They won't even snap there now. There's now the newest. This game is a joke. What's the difference between them? So from that rail to that rail is 1.82, and from this one to this one is 2.02. So there is a little bit of a kink left, kink right thing going on. But it shouldn't be this difficult. If I give myself that much space, 40, 40, main line. So if you curve slightly, or just keep going straight for slightly longer, Now you should join. Are you actually going to join though? No. You're going to do your stupid little buffer thing. This is frustrating as hell. Snap. You bastard. Just snap. Why can't you do offset as a double track? This whole thing, like, I just want to write one big long email to Dovetail and just call it why. Why can't you do this? Why is this only possible? Why have you made it so that this game is literally unplayable? Why can't two pieces of track that are 20, 30, 40 meters apart auto-configure so that they join together? Why? Why did you make this game so bloody difficult? And the dumbest thing is, their developers have to use this same tool when they make their routes. So they know it's bad. They know it's bad. Every time they use it, they know it's bad. And yet they do nothing to fix it. Why does holding control make that go yellow? How close are they? Look, they are basically bang on line. And yet they won't snap. Maybe select the first track you did, then do the same thing you did with the track and the platform. What? You mean use the offset tool? That won't work though, because they won't be aligned. The only other thing I can do is remove this second platform, just double track through here, and then put the platform back in. But what's annoying is, so I'm trying to think of another game where I could do this. None spring to mind. What I would like to do is move the platform away without getting rid of it, line these tracks up, join them up perfectly, and then click on the track and just say offset from here 4 meters, and just have the whole platform move back in so that it's in the right place. How cool would that be, and how useful would that be? And it actually piggybacks off things that this game already can do. Like the join tool, you choose the end of the track you want it to join from, and the end of the track you want it to join to, and it just joins. And yet you can't do the same thing with offsetting. It's just so bloody stupid. Yeah, it just doesn't join. It does not join. And this is the easy side. We actually have to do the same thing in a second in the tunnel. That's going to be even worse. Oh my god. These are fine. These line up fine. These work fine. If I do this now... Now I know there's a slight gap. That's the thing. I do know there's a slight gap. So these won't... Or will they? No, they won't. Can you not... Is it the left-hand one only? Are you kidding me? Why is that a thing? We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I want to at least lay the track back to this station. And if we can get this all set up and working, we can start running some practice trains again. So I'm going back on forum posts from 6 years ago, where people are having the same problem. 6 years they've had to fix it, and they don't. Yeah. Unfortunately, saying, I guess that's TS for you doesn't actually solve the problem. Like, we can all sit here and acknowledge the fact that the game is limited, but it doesn't help. The thing that's pissing me off is, according to this, it snaps there, except it doesn't snap at that point. It snaps at this point. That's where the track disappears, and it doesn't line up. So then the question is, why does it not line up? Let's try that. Nope, it's done that stupid click again. See, look, Control Z now would be really useful. But you have to come out of this, delete the track, then you have to go here, then you have to go over here, change this again, because there's no templates. Even though it says there's a template, there's no template. Don't even think for one cotton picking second that there's a template. And then you go back over here to where it used to snap, and now it doesn't. And you have to find a whole new place to try and snap it to. Snap to tracks on. Look, nothing. No snap, nothing. Hold control, no snap, nothing. Can't even get it to snap to this track now. Because if I do, I could do like a crossover. Try and get a crossover in. Even that doesn't work. Right, build that to there. Brie indeed. Because we used to have two... This station used to have two crossovers. So we can put those in. So the first one used to go here. And it went like that. Now can I get this to snap to that line? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now this junction looks ugly as hell. We'll ignore that for now. And then there was another crossover that came from here and went across that one. Wasn't there a... Hang on. No changes saved. Good. Can I line this up? Actually, building from over here would probably be smarter. Oh, for God's sake. I feel like, yeah. Might have to in a minute. Oh, guess what? This isn't going to snap now, is it? Alright, that one snaps. Good. Now these are at different gradients, which is interesting. In fact, even there it's at a different gradient. Alright, let's not go from that end. Let's go from this end. You need to be welded back. So that's where it comes off. And it curves around and across that way. Actually, can I just undo that? Right, so you come off there. So you can come back further, I think. I think you can come off like there. And go around and across and up there. Like that. Now can I put a double slip there? No. See, I can't remember how I managed to get a double slip in here before. Because there was one. If you go back and watch, there was one. You're supposed to be able to do it using the weld tool, but no. Man alive. Alright, Steamage's new kit's been unveiled. I'm just going to have a quick look at it. Already I'm not liking it. I've just seen pictures of the away kit. It's an interesting design, shall we say. Sponsored by Burger King, and now we've got the red and white stripes back. Let me mute my microphone for a second, just while I eat. And we're back. I can't say the brand, but it's a type of cracker that shares its name with a hotel in London. If that helps. Right. I had an idea just now. Remove that. Remove that. Remove that. Remove that. And why does it still think there's a junction there? Weld you. Weld you. Not Jacobs, no. But this doesn't work. I'm going to try it anyway. Branch off here. You just try to say all the brands that you can think of. Oh, I think I nearly had it then. Nearly had it. like that, and then weld U. And then the final thing I was going to try and do was connect this to that. But I think that actually breaks it all. No, I won't keep eating, if that's alright. Bit creepy. Okay. The other option is to do this. Build you straight. Can you do it like that? I mean, I won't lie, that's a pretty cool feature. I just want to build a double slip here. Why is that so difficult? Don't tell me both tracks have to be straight. I just don't get why that won't work. Actually, from... undo that one. Because yeah, what I want is here to also curve round onto that, and for here to also curve round onto that. I could have sworn it was possible using the weld tool. But it appears not. And I'm hoping it's not because this is set to main line and not yard. Let's delete that now. Anyone know? Any ideas? Because I was quite happy with the one that we used to have. Quite happy with that. I thought it was pretty cool. What else can I try? Not even started the tunnel yet. No. No, it's the weld tool. You press weld, and it comes up with the grey bot. Oh wow, that's a dipping track if ever I saw one. It's apparently there was some gradient issues here, but I think I've just made them. The crossover tool doesn't come into it though. I know that much. Is this going uphill? Apparently that bit's uphill as well. The only other thing I could think of is branch this one off and then join it up, or branch Alright, hang on. Let's get this back. So you came off like right over here. And then a gentle-ish curve to like there. Now that should be able to connect up no problem. And yet it doesn't. I need to remember what it used to look like. And I don't have... Like, without going and watching one of my videos right now, I don't have any reference points. And I don't really want to just stop the stream to go and watch one of my videos and then risk not remembering it when I come back. So I'm actually really stuck here. The only alternative is just to do like a crossover junction and then a turn-off junction, but that's not how this used to be, and I want it to be how it used to be. So I actually quite liked the original design. I'm thinking like this maybe? Like make the angle as shallow as possible. Yeah, a second box is supposed to appear if you're able to. How to build a slipped junction. You cannot mix different types of tracks in junctions or diamond crossings. You have to create a diamond crossing first, crossing a straight track with another straight one. See, it wasn't straight to begin with. You can see from the way the tracks had to curve here that it wasn't straight to begin with. That done, you click on the world icon and then click on its grey cube and it will create a diamond crossing. Clicking on the grey cube again will create a double slip. Apparently the tracks have to be dead straight. After selecting the world tool, what do you mean had the same thing that I have now? Like, same track layout. Yeah, this, as well as going across into there was a slip here that allowed trains to access from both lines. How the hell did I build it? That's the question. How the hell did I build it? Like, where was the straight track? I'm going to remodel the track here to get this to work. So here onwards is going to be dead straight. So these bushes need to go. The fence here needs to go. Like that. Forty, main line, double track, build this dead straight to probably over here somewhere, looking at it. Probably to like there. And then from here we need to curve round. So the new tunnel mouth is going to be slightly offset to where it is now, essentially. That means I've got to connect this up again, which, being straight track, might make it easier. Yeah, it does make it easier. What do you know? So all I have to do now between this station and the rest of the route is just build it arrow straight, and then we'll never have a problem again. That's the lesson I'm learning from this. So now This is the next interesting conundrum, is building this so that it crosses over this in an exact straight line. Hurrah! And apparently that's what that looks like. Alright, save. So over here, I'll build another junction, because at the moment you can only get from this to this, unless there's another slip option. No. Is that really what it looks like? God, that's ugly. And there was a gradient here, as you can see, but there won't be in a second. And the other thing I'm a little bit worried about is, are these joined? Yeah, apparently they are. That one. Alright, so this, whatever you call this, yard, is going to get redone slightly so that it all fits. Let's move that back a little bit. Is this floating? Yes. So you'll sink down slightly. There we go. Okay. We'll now build the junction over here. Come on, don't be difficult. Turn you on again. I mean, could I build it here? Or would that bugger up everything else? I think what I should do is build it from this line first. And then connect it. Why won't it connect? That's what I don't get. And I can't... Or can I? I might be able to get away with using the crossover tool here, actually. Hmm. Alright, that'll probably have to be it. Yeah, it does look good. It's just the ordeal to get it to this stage that's the pain. Once it works quite well. Right, before we do anything else, I'm going to make a backup of this. It's tedious, but the outcome is worth it. I've done lots of fiddly things in the past with lots of different projects. And my patience gets tested quite a lot. This has got to be one of the worst in terms of my patience being tested. This is bad. Oh god. 020719. M4, do a shout out to Ben, please. Ben. 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 There you go. I shouted out Ben. One I used to like, I can't remember who it was now, but they used to have people in streams just say, could you shout out someone's name? And they wouldn't just say, you know, hey to whoever it was. They would just literally shout out the name. Really, really loud. That'll teach him. Alright, go read my railway magazine while I'm waiting for this game to load again. Okay. He's cooking while watching. All the way from Norfolk. That's a terrible accent. I apologise to the good people of Norfolk who've done absolutely nothing wrong to deserve that. Oh, are we underground? Woof. Okay. All the track is as it was. Or as it now is. Tis was. Will be again. So we want tunnel no walls. 2 track. 40. 40. Main line. I'm going to do it from this one here. And in we go. If I could connect this in one go, which is not looking likely, unless I do... Oh, if I got... No. Holding control doesn't do anything. Is this on a gradient? Oh, it's on a bloody gradient. Would you look at that? Did I put this on a gradient? No, it's on 0. See, I don't know what the gradient is the problem. And there's no tool that I can click on that tells me what the gradient of this tunnel is. And holding control to connect it up at this end doesn't work. How the frick am I supposed to do this? That's where I feel like they've just forgotten to add something in, you know? 4040. You better not build. You better not. You bloody did as well. Main line. into the tunnel. See, look, that worked. I can get it to connect over there. Ah, it's so frustrating. Is it 1 in 100, do you think? No, it's less than that. 200? That's about 1 in 200. Okay, so this end, it's 200. Where'd the buffers from that bit go? Oh, there's a little bit of track there. Come on. Goodbye. Goodbye. Plus 200. 40. 40. I wonder if I can like meet in the middle. So like if I build you to here and pretend that it didn't add those extra bits in. I think this is how I did the tunnel out of Lambton, is I met in the middle, which all good tunnel builders should do really, like the channel tunnel, they met in the middle. That should join. Why won't it join? Yeah, they need to just add a tool so that if they're slightly off, then it will recalculate. So like it'll add a small straight bit and then curve round. Because they're not far off. That's the annoying thing. They're actually very, very close. And again, they'll meet right over here. But this is out in the open. I don't want them to meet out in the open. I want them to meet in the tunnel. So meet in the cocking tunnel. If I did... ooh. It's built, hasn't it? It's built. Oh. I think it met then. That one meets. So why won't that one? Alright, go to that. I'm more willing to extend the tunnel this way, if necessary. So where... Here. Like that. Oh, it's done it again! Stop doing that! You colossal arse of a game. So it's coming in too far from the right, looking in this direction. So if I snip these back slightly, excuse me, the split tool is supposed to work across double tracks. Excuse me, the split tool is supposed to work across double tracks. Are you for real? It's supposed to work. If you click and drag it, it's supposed to go onto the one next to it. What's the bloody point? What is the bloody point? So let's get rid of this rubbish. We're rebuilding the whole tunnel anyway, so we might as well redo all of that. Right. I keep getting emails from Train Sim telling me about the summer sales. Oh, brilliant. Because that's what I want to do right now. I want to spend all my money on this game. It's built that tunnel again. Right, we are going, no, we're going downhill from this end, aren't we? Minus 200. 40. 40. Alright, the other end is over here. Where's the track? Oh, we're too low now. Okay. Tell you what, just don't put a gradient on it. Or are we going uphill here? Where is it? No, not 2,000, 200. Alright, I'm going to build this to here. And then I'm going to get rid of that and that all the way back to there. And then we're going to try and get these to join. Huzzah. 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 Save. Right, fun's not over yet, guys. Don't worry. We'll sort the landscaping out here soon. We've still got to connect this bit up. But actually, this bit shouldn't be too difficult because we've got to put a crossover in this tunnel anyway. So if I split you like there, tunnel no walls, single track, 200 gradient, 10 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, yard. And you are going to go from here, not too sharp, but reasonably sharp left, and then right. Good. Good. Hold that thought. Tunnel no walls. You need to be minus 200. 40 main line. And you are going to go down and connect up like that. Save. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Don't know why it did that, but it does. Right. Train. Terraform. We're almost out of the woods. Okay. So, I'm going to go down to ground level like that. There's a teeny weeny bit of terraforming that still needs doing here. There we go. Now we need to grab this and grab this. And we need to go from... See, we'll do it from this track, no problem. Hang on, let's go inside. From there. And go all the way down to... there. Offset. I think it was like 2 or 1 point something. We need this to be like in the middle of the... Actually, this end is probably not the best place to be measuring that. Up here. Oh, I could just about see. Is it 2? 1.7. 1.6. 1.6 looks about right. And this. Bear with, bear with, bear with. There. Good stuff. Right. Then we need to select that. Let's check it's the whole thing that's been selected. It's not, because there's a gap here. And is there one there? Doesn't look like it actually. Alright, we need to move this down like an absolute fraction. There. Check clearances. Good this side. Good-ish this side. Okay. Done. It's a bit low there, but that should be fine. And there's also a lot of... Oh no, there isn't. That's just the decal. Alright, that's fine then. Game's not responding. Oof. Alright, this end looks good. Everything up here looks good. Scooch over the hill. And everything here also looks good. Oops, we can't go inside the tunnel right now. And relax. And relax. Okay, so these tracks should all be connected. There's a bit like slight discoloration, plus there's the fact that it completely changes colour here. But if you look over that, it actually looks alright. And then over here, everything looks good. So, I want to test it. Some of the speed limits here I think do still need a little bit of tweaking. Plus we haven't finished laying the yards over here. Oh, I just had an idea. We'll do that first. So this is a straight line. So if I then build another straight line across like this, then we should be able to get another double slip in here. Except we can't. Why can't we? That is a straight line, isn't it? Hang on, maybe the angle was too shallow. Or too deep, I should say. If we do that. No. Hang on. I will make this work. I'll make this work if it's the last thing I do. Let's go from over there, right the way across, to over there. Alright, end of that idea. We'll just do it the conventional way. So yeah, we need to do the shed over here. Can I rotate using this? No, that'd be too easy, wouldn't it? That'd be too easy. Where would the fun of that be, eh? It's reasonably straight. Stream still running okay for you guys? Good stuff. Quick response as well. Means there's little to no stream lag, which is good. Right, I think that works. Yep, that looks fine. So same thing here. Okay. So I want these two lines to connect up with this line somewhere over there. Hey Dylan. And then I want this line to branch off Actually, this line needs to go over and through there, and then there needs to be 2 more lines that connect up with this one. And then 1 line from there to connect up to this, maybe at this point here. So like you curve in and then go up there. I don't know. That could work. But actually I've done all this as 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, but it really needs to be 5. So all of you up to there, because that's a good boundary point. 5, 5. Okay, so from here, Falmouth 5, 5 yard. Let's get rid of that bit. Yeah, something like that. You also need to come back up this way a ways. To like there. That looks good. Right. Track 5, 5 yard. I saw you build that piece. Through there, and then you connect. Oh, for God's sake! You connect up with that piece there. There's a bit of a gradient. Now here's a question: how do I lift this piece up to match with that piece? And I bet the answer is you can't. There we go. If you build it backwards like that, it works a lot better. Remove you, weld you. Okay. We're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Next trick. So that piece can come out to like there. That piece, let's do it to there. And then from here, oh, it doesn't fit. Okay. In that case, you'll probably have to come from over here. You do fit. Good stuff. Although, you don't fit in that respect. So you'll have to, we have to build it as two separate pieces. So do this first to there, and then do that one like that. Okay, and then weld you up. As far as I'm aware, these are all on the same level. These two are both on the same level, so I should be able to put this round. I don't like that. Oops, no, it's not what I want. There it is. Okay. And then I think from here there'll be another line that goes straight on. And up to here. Good. And then one line will come up this way, and the other one will come along this way and around like so. Why is that not? Oh, I know why. Drop down to like 5. Okay. This is fine. Save. I'm going to give it a minute just to recalculate. So in theory, we can now test this once I've finished putting this in. There. Okay. Let's flatten the rest of this. This piece of track over here is annoying me. I'm going to change it quickly. So we'll make it go up one in a... It's supposed to be 1 in 1,000. Yeah. This is all right. Yep, good. Okay, 1 in 1,000 didn't work. I think the problem actually stems right the way back to here. I didn't do a very good job with this junction. Because the rest of this is all flat, so it makes sense to have this actually come off. Like that, and then go straight along like that. This I'm going to move over to here. We've still got a bit of an issue with this bit. It's quite frustrating. I'm not going to be able to get it perfect, but that's as good as I can get it right now. Let's just test the route. Alright, again, I'll give it a second to settle. So I'm not going to go steam this time. We've not put any platform markers or anything in yet either. Right, what I want is this. Right, spin you round. Stick a driver in you. So this is platform 1A, platform 1B, and then we got 2 and 3. That's how this is going to work. So let's test. Right. Let's check that the line's set. So we're clear out of Lambton. All the way into Wenwick Colliery and beyond. Okay. Here we go. Change gear, whoops. Yep, speeding, as always. That curve looked alright, didn't it? Yeah. Just checking that it is actually a comfortable ride. Right, once I've done this test, I'm going to stop streaming for a bit and just have some time to myself to relax after what's been a very stressful building session. And I may or may not be back later. Haven't decided yet. That's what we're going to stall then. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Keeping this train at 15 is not easy. There's probably an easier way of doing this. First gear, maybe? Oh, the RPM's going up. There we go. First gear, maximum revs on this gradient means we top out at about 14. 14.8. Somewhere just up here we got up to 40 again. Next building session I do, I'm going to be adding all the speed limit signs in on the main running lines. Because it is kind of ridiculous that I don't know what speed I'm supposed to be going. There we go, gone up to 40 now. No, I need you in second gear. Quick. Before we lose all the revs. Here we go. Oh, we've used up that gear as well. Into third. Oh, I didn't do the track round the bridge. I'm going to have to do that in a second as well. It's getting there. It's getting there. I mean, all this bit, besides the track, all this bit looks the same as it did a couple of days ago. Track's a little bumpy here where it's trying to match the terrain. The other thing we don't have is super elevation. Which I think it used to have it. I think the first version did have super elevation in some certain points. But I mean, 40 miles an hour, these are quite wide curves. You're not really going to feel it, are you? Although there you do get pulled a little bit to the side. And there. Is there a passenger view? No. This could be an interesting camera view. Oh, just caught a glimpse of it there through the bush. Through the ground a little bit there. Alright, approaching the tunnel. Once we enter the tunnel, I'll start applying the brakes. Nearly there. So it takes about, is it 11 minutes? I think the timetable said the other day, to go between Lambton and Wenwick, and that sort of tells you how far apart they are. This bit shouldn't be 10. I'll have to change that. Bit bumpy at the end there, but we've arrived. There's no platform marker, so I can't open the doors. Right, yeah, good. Let's end it here for now. We'll come back later, hopefully. Whether I stream it or not, I don't know, but I'll be back on here later putting all the speed limit signs in. If I am back, I won't have my microphone plugged in, so it'll just be music and me building. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching again. Thanks for being patient with me while I was dithering around with this stupid bloody track editor. It boils my blood. It really does when that happens. Enjoy rehab. Yeah. Oh boy, do I need it after this. Yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.